Greetings and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm Captain Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and this is a tutorial video to help you guys take screenshots in Star Trek Online like you're seeing on screen right now. Now, it hasn't really come as a request, but since I see this question pop up a lot, I thought I'd do this just to help people out that want to take these kind of detailed shots. This will only be teaching you how to do the screenshots though. If you want to learn to use demo record in full, then I strongly recommend checking out Jerfface, as he has a brilliant tutorial, which is what taught me every bit. Now then, without further ado, this introduction is long enough. Shall we begin? Okay, so we're going to start off with a very simple shot to take, one that doesn't take a lot of time at all really. Get yourself loaded up into the game, get yourself into the instance where you want to be, whether on ground or in space. In my case, I'm going to be aiming to get a screenshot of the USS Stargazer here in the Sol system over Earth. Now, admittedly, you could just as easily go into this command line right now and type in screenshot, and you can get yourself a nice screenshot here. If you do UI, it will remember UI. If you do JPG, you'll get a decent sized file. That'll give you the render scaling that you're already at, which is render scale 1. We're going to go for a more complex shot here. So what we're actually going to go for is /demo record space, and then give it a file name that you're going to find relatively easy to remember. So in my case here, I'm going to go for star. And I'm going to have a capital A on the end there to let me know that it's going to be one of two files. Once that's typed in, once you know what you're going to call it, hit enter and you'll see at the side of your screen, demo recording come up in red. This lets you know everything's going on. The screen will flicker, well, everything on the screen will flicker a little bit as it reloads the instance. And your window is now recording the whole instance that you're in. So every ship that moves around you, every motion that is happening, it's all being recorded. If I went and decided to hit Alpha Attack Plan right now, that's just been recorded as well. That will show up in the recording. Since I'm taking the basic one and I won't be moving the ship at all or anything, really I could have already done this. But once you've left it long enough and you feel comfortable, back to your chat window and type in /demo record underscore stop. I can't spell stop apparently, don't mind me. Demo record underscore stop, and hit enter. The red text will disappear, and give yourself a brief moment. The longer you've been recording a demo record for, the longer you want to give it before you move on from this step. It just gives the game long enough to actually make sure it's saved that demo recording file properly and comfortably. Depending on your system, the longer you might want to leave it. Once that's done, time to close the game. We're going right back out to your home window. Hey, hello my desktop. Now, in case you forget the name of the file you're after, here's a quick way to find it. I mean, I'm cheating. I'm cheating a lot because I have mine pinned. But if you forget the name, all you need to do is find your Star Trek Online folder. In my case, it's in Steam, under Steam Apps, under Commons. But it could be under Programs, Arc, Star Trek Online, Epic Launcher, Star Trek Online. Depends on how you've installed it onto your game. Once you reach Star Trek Online, you'll be hitting Star Trek Online again. Then, depending on the server you recorded it in, so if you're on the main holodeck server, that's live. If you're on triple test server, that's playtest, and you'll have a red shirt one there if you have access to the red shirt test server. From there, you go to demos, and then you see, as you can see, I've got all my past ones here, and star A, as I've just recorded. Take note of the fact it says .demo on the end there, we do need to know that. So, loading Star Trek again, getting the Star Trek launcher open, you need to go to the Options tab near the top there, and come down to your command lines, where you want to put -demo play space, the file name, so in my case, star capital A dot demo, and then hit save. This will make sure that it loads that file as you launch Star Trek Online. Don't mind me, they're just quickly cutting out my password. So we launch what? Go away, Kaspersky, no one cares about you. We've got to let the game load in. Hello, Nvidia, having your fun there? Yep, nice, no? Shoot, no one's interested in you. Okay, so once we're loaded in, you're going to see a play bar at the top rolling through. I recommend letting that roll through just so that demo recorder's got itself focused, as I like to say. This will just make it a bit smooth for taking the more action screenshots. For what we're doing right now, it's not 100% necessary, but if you're taking an action screenshot like we will be doing shortly, then you're going to want to know this. Oh look, Attack Pan Alpha is just triggered. So we're basically at the end of that demo recording that I made, so I'm going to hit pause now. And yes, you will notice timescale comes up, don't worry about that. Something to note here is the camera's not in the right position, and I don't think we're in the right setup now for a good screenshot. So, first things first, here's some command prompts that you're going to want to know how to do. To enter into the command tab, you just tap the Acute key and that'll bring out the command window. And in there, you're going to want to first of all type showgameui space 0. It's not 100% necessary for what we're doing, but at least it means that you can guarantee in all your screenshots you're not going to have player has just acquired such and such or player has just logged in, logged out. If I can learn to type it right. That's better. After that, we're going to set the render scale. Now, let me show you how render scale works. Paying attention to the ship right now. We have render scale 2. Render scale 3, which is my recommended for screenshots at least. Render scale 4. You'll notice a minor change there. And finally, render scale 5. Not sure if you saw any change there because I certainly can't. As you're up in this render scale, it really does put the detailing to insane levels. I have never seen anyone get an image of render scale 5. And I wouldn't want to try. Now I'm going to reverse back to render scale 3 right now. As you can see, it took a bit of time to get back to that one. You don't have to go up in the steps, you can just go straight to the render scale you wish to use. And for those that want to get a more cinematic shot, you might want to change the field of view. To do that, it's FOV, and then I believe the scaling we're allowed is between 20 and 85, with 55 being the standard you're seeing at the moment. I give preference to 20, between 20 and 30 when you're doing screenshots of your ship or character in action. Now, activating field of view. 20 is called us to zoom in, so let's get the camera into a decent position. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is be able to get the camera into position. Now I've already moved it, but that's just so that you guys can see more clearly the movement of the camera as I press on the keyboard. First thing you need to do is press F2. This is going to unlock the camera and allow you to maneuver it about. If you ever lose your ship or lose your position from where you want to be, press F2 again and it will return you to your default camera position. With this being noted, once the camera is unlocked, you can use the WASD keys in order to move the camera forwards with W, backwards with S, left with A, and right with D. You can also use Z or Z, depending where you are in the world, to cause the camera to lower itself, and space to bring the camera back up again. You also have the possible input with your mouse. By right-clicking and then maneuvering the mouse about, you allow yourself to be able to change the angle of the camera. So say you didn't like the position like I've got right now, you want to see the ship more front on, just maneuver to the left and then use the key input and you can get it round so that you're looking at the front of the ship. Nice and easy, right? So, that's the basic maneuvering of the camera that you can do. Sorry for my bit of stutter there. Now to get the screenshot itself. So, decide on what you want. So I could take this shot right now. It is a relatively beautiful shot, I've got to say. I'm really liking it, kind of want it right now. But I'm going to get a bit more of a beauty shot for the ship. So let's have an under view 3/4 view, right? It means I need to come back to the side of the ship, lower it down a little bit. And with just a bit of minor input, minor tapping, I can bring the camera around and we get that beautiful shot. I quite like that. Note that under all this, while I'm doing all this, I've still got demo record paused, nothing's rolling. I could hit play. I mean, hit play by all means, it will let you know that nothing's frozen a bit quicker. But it's entirely up to you if you want it playing or not. Once you're happy with the positioning, you want to hit the Acute key again to bring up the command window and type in there, screen shot. And if you hit enter now, it will take a huge image. The file size will be massive. So I strongly advise not doing that. Type underscore and in capitals JPG, as that is the best format I would advise you guys. And that will give you a nice screenshot in the JPG format that you can access. Press enter. If I can learn to type, guys. If I can learn to type. I'm leaving bloopers in because I like bloopers. JPG. Whoop. Screenshot JPG. Remember, there are 2 E's in screen. And you've got your screenshot taken. Don't mind me. I'm a very bad teacher, aren't I? So, that's the screenshot done. We now have the screenshot taken. How do you access it? Time to hit the X up in the top right corner. And we're going to go find it. Okay, so we're now on the main desktop. And we want to find that screenshot. Now you can use the route that I showed you earlier for finding a demo file. But here's another way to do it. If you open up the launcher you used for it. In my case, I use Steam. So I need to open up Steam. I'm going to go to the Steam library and find Star Trek Online. You can do this for just about any launcher you have for Star Trek Online. If you right click on it, you should be able to go to Manage and find your browser local files. If you click on that, it's going to bring up your location for Star Trek Online on your computer. You then need to double click on Star Trek Online's folder to open that and choose the server that you took the screenshot with. Remembering again, live is the holodeck server, playtest is the Tribble server, and then Redshirt is the name of the Redshirt test server. Once you've selected the correct server, well, it's correct server file, you'll then have this file here called screenshots. If you open that one up, you will see every template for characters you created in the game at some point, or saved in the game at some point. And then scrolling down, you'll find the screenshots you've taken. As you can see, I had some fun with the Machala recently. I've also caught DarkStar's order beautiful Jem'Hadar Dreadnought carrier. The legendary Vulture has been taken. And while you're at it, here's our screenshot of the USS Stargazer. You can open it here, of course. Nothing stops you from doing that. But if you want to move it, then the simple way of doing it is to right click on the file, to copy or cut it, then choose a new location where you want it to be. I'm going to now pick my STO screenshots. Whoop, hold down to the bottom there and right click again and paste. That just moves it to a place where you may be more comfortable with it. That's exactly why I've done it, because I'm more comfortable having my screenshots here for quicker access. You don't really need to do that last step. As long as you know how to find the file or find screenshots within your Star Trek Online itself, you'll be fine. Right, so now we're going to go get an action shot. How are we going to do this? Well, first of all, we've got to reopen Star Trek Online. And don't forget to go back into the main game rather than open demo record. You've got to remove this from the command line in options. and then click save again to make sure that that is empty. Boot up the game, and we're going to go get some beautiful action shots now. Right, so when going for an action shot, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. First of all, you need to be prepared to be going straight for this stuff. So, before I even enter where I'm going to go get my action shot from, I've got in my chat menu typed in /DEMORECORD*B. The file name will be *B, and I'm going to now go do this deep space encounter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get an action shot in here. A good set of them. So, first of all, we're entering. Now, like I said, this is a little bit more complex, but this is where you get some really stunning shots from. Again, all these shots that I'm taking can be done in any instance. Ground, combat, in the middle of a system while you're moving between different solar systems. Just keep that in mind, because you can come up with some beauty shots. That's where the Ptolemaeus shot actually came from. I was around a white dwarf near the Sol system. Right, so we're entering the system now. It could be people in combat already, but let's ignore that. As you can see, I've still got demo record *B in my chat menu, so I'm going to go click on that now, press enter, and it triggers off. Everything reloads itself in. All the enemy ships reload in, I'm reloaded in. And we have demo recording up there, showing that it's active. Let's go get some shots. Now, bearing in mind, play to what you're comfortable with. Like, I'm shooting in right now. I would be using demo record to follow a lot of this. Now, I'm in action. Ship's firing on me. I'm going to have some fun here. Just bounce my shields around. Way. Don't mind me, because I'm just taking advantage of this. I'm going to go in the demo record in a minute and get some really beautiful shots. Let's get some shots off on him. Why not? Fire our shots away. One down. And we're now going to fire on him too. And I'm just taking advantage of what's going on at the moment and waiting till I feel like I've found a good shot. Let's tap them off. I'm going to let those move and now fire my shots away. Yeah, some big shots out on him. Problem things that you will find is if you leave cases like that sitting around on the instance, then they will appear in demo record. You will be able to see them. Just to remember that. And there's nothing you can do about that. Oh, we've got a Kelron class now to fight us. So this should be able to get some beautiful shots. I'm just going to recover myself a little bit. We're going to go in close. See if I can get a passing shot. Now then, let's go with this. And here we go for a pass. And hopefully I've got a pretty good shot of the Stargazer there doing that. Oh boy! Let's erase these guys out now before I get myself in too much trouble. Lord have mercy, what am I like? Get rid of them. Okay, now I feel quite comfortable that I've probably got a good shot there, but you can keep going. Keep the game up, because this is how I got this. Literally is also how I got my thumbnails that I often do. My thumbnails come from doing this kind of thing. Whoop! Goodbye! And again, like I reminded you, or would like to remind you right now, if you've got things sitting in the instance, remove them as quickly as possible because they will pop up. Even the damage on your ship will show up. So if you want to have a whoa damage shot, it's possible to get them. Hey, I might have a beautiful screenshot right there. See if we can find that one, shall we? Right, what I'm going to do now, I feel comfortable, so I'm going to go up to the chat menu, /DEMORECORD_stop, and I'm going to stop the demo record right there. Now I've just got to finish off this fight. Well, you don't have to finish off this fight, but I'm going to finish off this fight, and then I'm going to reopen demo record, see if I've got any beautiful screenshots in there. Guaranteed there's at least a couple. Okay, so now we're going for the action shot. We've taken the demo recorded file, type that into the command line as before, save it again, and load the game. Okay, so once it's loaded in, as you see, it takes its time to bring everything into place. Now, we've got to let the recording run its course. And don't worry if you let it run beyond the length of the actual recording you made. It doesn't harm it in any way. So if you want to step away and go make a cup of tea and come back in like 5-10 minutes, say you made a 5-minute recording, you want to step away for a little bit, nothing wrong with doing that. I'm not going to make you wait for this to do its thing, so 3, 2, 1, and we're back in. Hang on a second. I'm going to let it do its little piece, get the ship loaded in. I'll pause it now. As you can see, it's at like 3-4 seconds. I normally actually recommend letting that get to about 5 seconds before you do anything. So I'm just going to let that roll a little bit more, and let's put our inputs in. So once again, it's show game UI, because we don't want anything randomly popping up in the middle of this. I'm going to go with render scale 2, as we are actually having to make the ship move, and we don't want it being choppy. So render scale 2 is the best for that. And we are going to use FOV 20. Now, here's the thing. As you're going to see in a second, that's going to move the camera. And now I've got a very blind view of the ship. So, some of you may want to wait on using FOV 20 or changing the view, the field of view, until you are closer to taking the screenshot itself. Me, I'm going to show you a little bit more of an advanced trick right now, but this is going to be a case of following the path. Like I said, if you want to play with this, also bear in mind the speed that you choose to fly your ship into the action. Now my ship's going to head off in a second. I'm going to hit F2 to release the camera so I can move about. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to manually track my ship. So it's hit play and let it go. When you're ready, me. Here we go. Now you can normally track at relatively good speed. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. Alright, we got it into the action. I'm now going to stop tracking and hit pause. Because I never know, I might have a good screenshot here. For all I know. Now I know I don't have a good screenshot with the first one, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look in the direction of that ship. Because I know, thanks to watching the first bit playthrough, I know roughly what's going on. So I can let it do a little bit maneuvering around. I'm going to stop there. Let's see what I can see. So at the moment, things are very basic. Now if I wanted to, we've got next to the fast forwards, which I could take use of if it was a lot further in. Say I wanted to get to a 2-minute mark, I'd use fast forwards to get a bit closer to where I want my shot to be. But we've also got the slow play button. Now I've got it playing at half speed just to make this a little bit easier for myself. There's also an easy way to track the ship if you want to. And what I'm doing now is I'm just watching. Oh, maybe not that one. So normal play half. Let's go for quarter speed. I'm going to see if I can get an angled shot for you guys. So they're feeding in a few shots on us. Just going to wait. That ship's just gone out. Now that could create a beautiful glow shot if I wanted it, but I'm not going to go with that one. Actually, I'm going to pause a second. I'm going to bring it up to here. Just zoom out a bit so I can watch what the ship is doing more. Let's go for quarter speed again. Oh, I'm a little bit slower than quarter speed right now. Oh, I can trust it a little bit. I mean, those shots look all... Oh, hang on. Pause. Yes. So that actually looks kind of nice to me. We've got an interesting view. The ship is on a bit of an angle. It's on an uphill climb. Quarter angle. You can see it getting hit, but it's also firing its own shots off. Now, this can create some interesting shots. If you get, at the moment, that's an across the bow shot for me. Probably would look better from above if I do that. And if you are having difficulty seeing what you really want, you've always got the transparency button, which will take everything else away and give you a little bit more idea what you're capturing in the screenshot. But I tend to keep the transparency up because I want the focus of the image to be within the main rectangle. And I imagine a bar across the bottom. At the moment, it'd be a terrible bar. About that. Now see, that's not too great, so I'm going to let it play a little bit more. And the other one's gotten stepped in now. And let's see, maybe... Oh! Now see, if I paused that a little bit quicker... Oh, I don't have it there. So what we have there is what I call a battle shot. And that's not actually a bad shot there. You've got an explosion behind it. One of our phases is just fired. And you've got the rippling of the shield because it's been impacted recently. And you can see the impact on the shield as well. So I'll take that shot. That one I would be happy with. So again, putting up the acute key, bringing up the command bar with the acute key, tapping into screen, shot, underscore JPG, and that's another capture. I'm going to drop back a little bit because we might be able to get another shot out of this and think of the direction the ship is flying in. So I'm going to try and spot a good shot from distance now. This isn't always easy to do. This is why I say practice. If you feel like you've overshot, never be afraid to hit the reset and then try and bring it back to the same spot. If you remember the time, you can always bring it back. So if I thought I'd missed something right now, I'd bring it back to about 47 seconds. Here we are. I think there's a good shot coming in there. Explosion. There is a good shot coming in a second, I believe. I'm going to look for me barraging my phasers. Because I think I've got a phaser barrage coming up. Dropping myself down a little bit. Going to hover over the pools just so I know I'm there when I'm ready. There you go, all my abilities are proccing. I know what's coming in a second. Let's get the angle just right. And this is what I call coming in hard. Come on, fire the phasers. I'm hoping to get a shot here without the other enemy phaser hitting, which is why I'm watching and focusing on the Stargazer right now. Not entirely sure what that solid beam was. That was my omnidirectional, apparently. Doesn't look like it wants to give me it, does it? What a blast. So let's go to full speed a second. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to fast forwards. Pause. There we go. I've still managed to keep good track because I know I'm flying in about the same spot. If you wasn't sure, this is where I'd recommend hitting the reset because the camera then will relock with your ship. And you can get close. Actually, I'll show you. Reset brings us back to here. And as you're going to see, Stargazer's flown in the bottom there. Now, if I go for high speed and just play through a little bit, woo! You know, you can see the Stargazer a bit better here, and I can fly around and get some good shots. Now, I know I'm not going to get the great shot just yet, so I'm going to speed up. Let go through all this term. Another ship's going to come in. I'm going to take that one out. And look at that. Technically, I have a damage shot right now if I wanted to get that. But let's keep playing. Because we're going to move in on another target in a second. And that's going to give us some beautiful shots. When I realise where the target is. There you go. I realised where the target is. And this is what I wanted. So we're going to slow this down. Oh, not what I wanted. So let's see if I can time this right. Whoop. Don't know why I'm firing a normal phaser right now, because I don't have one on this ship. Oh dear, I didn't get it. So what I'll just do there is I'll reset. Bring it through. I'll slow that down a little bit, let that ship get taken out. It's a good thing I know where this is going right now. Whoops, I overshot again, but I want the 2-minute 20-second mark, which is what I'm aiming for right now. Actually, be smart if I realised what I was clicking now, wouldn't it? Oh, I do love doing that sometimes. Right. Right. 2-minute 20-second mark is there. A little bit ahead, come on. Right, I'm actually, because I know I'm about to glitch around, I'm going to slow it down. And I'm going to see if I can get that twin bolt shot. That's what I want. I want the twin bolts. Boom. Oh, I just missed it. Just missed it. If I really wanted that badly, I'd go around again. But you know what? I'm going to hit F12 right now. Sorry, F2 right now. Whoop. And I'm going to take my little toy around. Because again, I've got a reasonably nice shot here. It's got the rippling shields and, well, the weird blue pulse from the impulse engines. And I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an angle which I think looks nice for the ship. I do like the underside of the ship, don't I? Probably be good of me to actually get a more strategic shot. Oh, there you go. Would you look at that? Do a shot like that one. And I can actually see two pulses going forwards. Bring the ship across a little bit. And there you go. Ship's moving and it's actually on a climb. Let's take that shot, shall we? I'm having to stop myself from being a perfectionist here. But you know what? I would be happy with those shots. Maybe if I really wanted to, I'd go around a couple more times just to see what kind of shots I could find. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from taking, say, that shot. Because that, again, is quite a beautiful... Shush, you're seeing nothing. That didn't just click into my head and make me go, gimme. Saw nothing. All I can say is, when you're trying to take an action shot, take your time, and never be afraid to do multiple passes. Sometimes you'll see something the second and third time that you didn't see the first. Take your time with it, and remember, there's no such thing as perfect. So go with what you feel looks the best. Right, wrap up time. So to wrap things up, I just want to say if you do have any questions or any queries that you want to put forward, then please, the comment section is below. Ask your questions away there and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, if you want to really know how to use demo record properly and magnificently, then the best teacher around is Jerfface. He's got some amazing videos over on his channel. Go check him out, please. In fact, I'll even link them in the description for you so you can find that playlist. With this also being noted, guys, can I just say thank you for watching to the end of this video. I really do appreciate that support. And if you have found this helpful, then maybe consider hitting the like button to get this video out there more in the YouTube algorithm. If you like what I'm doing and want to see more, consider subscribing and ring the notification bell. And with all this being said, I just need to give a massive thank you to the people credited on screen right now, this channel's donators, Twitch subscribers and Patreons who help keep this channel afloat and alive. Without them, I would not be doing this right now. Thank you everyone, and I hope to see you all again in the future. Remember, live long and prosper, my friends. Ciao for now.